So we've reached week 2 of spring break. This sequel brings with it a little warmer weather, a little bigger crowds, and possibly even more surprises or two. But we won't know until we head into the farm and find out. So let's go. So why not start this lovely spring morning off with a little Halloween speculation news? Still all kinds of stuff back there in front of where Bloodlines and Widows are. A lot of the walls and stuff, looks like a lot of them are black. They got a lot of them propped up too. Possibly some a sneak peek at some wall design that could be going on inside the warehouse there. We got some little, looks like, I don't know, fencing? Or is that stone wall? I have no idea. And then we've got this other little set design here. That's probably from the old Bloodlines maze, because it's kind of over by where that little cave entryway is. I don't know if they're going to reuse any of this stuff. They may or may not. Harley thinks no, but... And then they've got that big stack of what looks like drywall. It says, what does it say? Clash 14?
One,
can't even read.
Two.
I don't know. It's halfway blocked off, and then there's another thing that says like something VAT, something behind it. I'm not sure, but a lot of this stuff, obviously, they have it tarped off. They have it covered up for the weather, from the elements, but they're doing a pretty good job of hiding it from me. So that's that. Let's head into the farm now. Also, still should be noted that even though it is spring break and the crowds are going to be heavy, and I'm sure Knott's knows that, the only parking you have is the preferred parking lot over in the corner and the main parking lot, which, nicely enough, they decided to open up going both ways. So it's open on Beach and on Grand. So that's nice. But those are your only options for parking. So keep that in mind when you show up here. Also, I guess something worth noting is the Emporium store. I know it had like a big, like 35 to 50% off sale again.
Big summer blowout?
A couple weeks ago, but it's all duvetine and tarped up again, so you can't see inside. Took a little sneak peek through one of the cracks. Couldn't really make anything out. There's a lot of stuff on pallets back there, so I don't know if they're redecorating it for summer, or if, in fact, we are going to be getting the Legacy store back for Scary Farm this year. I don't know, because I heard that we weren't going to be getting that back this year. The future will tell us all.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Also, something important to note, that not only are we getting spring break crowds, but they're actually bringing in schools too for performances and whatnot, and field trips and camps and stuff. That's starting all kind of at the same time. So the park is going to be extra crowded for like this next month and a half or so. Just keep that in mind when you come here. Do not expect to be walking on anything. So with that being said, on to Camp Snoopy.
Spring break!
Also, just a quick reminder that the Boysneberry Festival does start on Friday, so ramp up your excitement for all that too.
It's party time!
Oh, it looks like the crowd hasn't quite gotten past that little bottleneck at the front gate yet. The Camp Snoopy's still kind of wide open. Everything about 5-10 minutes. Not too bad, but you can't happily swing back here in the back. That's closed down for the day. Either way, you still get this nice view. Also, while the cave is open down there, they don't have it roped off anymore. The bridge is still under construction, so I don't know what's going on with that. But while I was looking around, I noticed these trees, they've all got little lights running up them. And I know with the time change and everything, it gets darker a little bit later now. Now, Knott's did actually change their hours of operation throughout the week. Instead of closing at 6, they're now closing at 8. So they're going to be closing a little bit later, expecting it to be a little dark over in Camp Snoopy. They're going to illuminate it a little bit for us. That's kind of cool. I like that. Make it just pretty year-round. Okay, so what's going on at Montezuma, I don't know. They did take those ropes away, so we can come back over here now, which is kind of nice. So that could mean one of two things. Either they're deciding to be nice and let us kind of hang out over here in this little dog relief spot, or they used last week to move things over here to start getting set up. Now, I do hear people yelling and working inside under this tarp, so there is work being done on Montezuma right now as we speak. What that work is, no idea, because everything is covered under this tarp. I hope they've got AC back there. It's a little warm today, but that is very good news that there's actual movement on Montezuma right now, whatever that may be. So what does the rest of Party Town look like? Well, so far it's not that bad here either. Now, I haven't headed over to Ghost Rider yet, so I'm assuming that's where most of that crowd that was heading in at the front gate goes first. Either there or to Accelerator or the Silver Bullet. They're going for the big thrill rides first. But Fiesta Village, still not bad. Walkable right now, but it doesn't have the smells. Ugh. That's my favorite part of Fiesta Village, is the smells from all the food. It'll get there around lunchtime, I'm sure. On that note, gracias por visitar. Nailed it. Now, will you look at that, a little bit of Knott's wildlife as it stalks its prey, but unbeknownst to the cat that this prey is too plump to chew on. Thank you, Accelerator. Boardwalk game's still all walled up. All those walls in the back door are nicely painted, fresh coat of paint. Soon get some new games, some new entertainment for the summertime. It's always good back here, right?
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
Boardwalk is actually kind of filling up fast, so an average almost like summer day. But the lines are still short, so if you wanted to come get a ride before noon, you can always come get a ride on Coast Rider or Accelerator or Hang Time or one of the littler guys over on the pier. So I can only imagine. I really like this part of the park. I know this is the part of the park that a lot of people are saying that it needs some serious TLC, a little bit of an upgrade, and I do agree with that. And with that upgrade, I would kind of like to see shade. That's the big one.
Shade.
Okay, actually scratch that. I just had an epiphany. What if the Boardwalk did something like this? What if it took where Pacific Scrambler is now, moved it back inside where Johnny Rockets is, since Johnny Rockets is going away anyway. You put Scrambler back over there. You take the Surfside gliders and you move them to the spot where Wipeout sits dormant, because Lord knows if that ride is ever going to get reset. Now, I don't know if that spot is big enough for it, but if it's not, then just take Surfside gliders away. But then you've got a whole spot here to bring something nice. Maybe another water ride, a splash ride, like what's once here before with Perilous Plunge, or something of the sort. Maybe something a little bit bigger that could help draw the crowd a little bit more. I don't know, just a thought that I just had just now, because I'm always thinking, always watching.
Always watch.
And while we're at it, why don't we just move a little closer to Memory Lane and maybe shut down Berry Tales and reinvigorate it into something more useful. Just a thought.
Haters gonna hate, and ain'ters gonna ain't.
Also, does anybody know what happened to the Blind Tiger? Did they finally get busted? But I guess I can't blame them. It's not like there's anything else going on in the boring 20s here. Except, I don't know, maybe enforcing some traffic laws? Let's cross the tracks and see what's going on. Oh, holy monkey. Well, Pony Express says a 15-minute wait time, but that is not a 15-minute wait time, people. I think I'm gonna go look at River Rapids instead. It looks like they did smarten up and keep both trains operational, so that's good. Maybe that'll help keep the wait time down a little bit more, but on days like this where it's hot outside, that's not a fun line to stand in. There's zero shade until you get to the actual loading platform over here. So if you want to ride, if you just absolutely have to ride it, go for it, but that's gonna be a wait and it's gonna be a little bit miserable. I don't know, me personally, I prefer a good old-fashioned water ride on a wet day, especially since this is the only one. Well, let's get into that. Well, look what KNOTT has the budget to bring back. Well, KNOTT's bringing in the big guns for the weekdays. Also, this is how you know it's getting close to summer here in Los Angeles. Alligator lizards everywhere. And also, while we're over here, I'll go ahead and say it. Let's get ready for what's hopefully going to be the final year of KNOTT's Preserved, a musical celebration. And let's keep our fingers crossed that they'll bring in something new next year. This is fine if you like singing dance numbers, but it's not really my cup of tea. So enjoy it while it's here, please.
Oh man, hate.
So anyway, continuing on what I was talking about at the River Rapids before I saw that squirrel.
Squirrel!
That's the only water ride that's available in KNOTT right now because the log ride is still down. It was set to open up last weekend, but they do have the music playing throughout the ride. They've got the water up everywhere else except for in the flume, so I think it's just a matter of time now. It should be any day that they get this reopened, but it would have been nice to have it open when they said it was going to be open, so fingers crossed that it's sometime this week. Whew. Suitors line's crazy. Looks like I ain't eating lunch over here today. No! Well, Ghost Rider's only an hour right now, so that's not too bad, and most of that hour is probably waiting at least inside the barn, so you don't got to worry about standing out in the sun. Looks like the crowd's kind of topped out, and the park is doing a pretty good job of kind of holding all these people. The ride times are not that bad throughout the park right now, so that's a very good thing. Calico is nice and quiet. A nice quiet day in Calico. And I got one more trick up my sleeve to escape this heat, so let's do it. It's always nice to come in here, catch your breath, relax, and just enjoy a break from the sun for just a second. Not wasting any time trying to get this kiosk up, selling some Boysneberry Festival gear though. Good news is the Tot Shop is open. The bad news is everybody figured it out before I did. I don't know about you, but I'm hyped for the Boysenberry Festival. Bring on that food. The extensive menu. They've got to have at least one or two good things, right? At least one or two good things. Anyway, the park is doing just fine. And now it's time to play dad, so until I see you up on the mountain out at the studios, or right back here at the farm, we'll catch y'all on the flippity flop.